guys, welcome to Learn City. Welcome to our series on wealth creation and trust. In this video, we'll be looking at life estates. The video has been divided into 4 main sections, which covers the meaning of life estate, understanding the concept of life estate, the pros and cons of life estates, and we are going to compare what life estate is versus what irrecoverable trust is. And we are also going to, bonus to this video is, we are going to look at a real life scenario of what life estate is. Let's get started. A life estate is a property, usually a residence, that an individual owns, and the individual may decide to use it for a lifetime. This person, called the life tenant, shares the ownership of the property with another person or a person who will automatically receive the title to the property upon the death of the life tenant. What this simply means is that we have an individual who is a life tenant and we have an individual who is the remainder. So these two people hold the trust to a property. In the US, life estates are most often created by homeowners to ensure that the next generation eventually gets the family home, while kind of avoiding probate or any legal process or proving of will. A life estate is a form of, let's say, a joint home ownership. It is shared between a life tenant and the so-called remainder man. As the name suggests, the remainder man has an ownership interest but cannot possess until the death of the life tenant. The life tenant may live in the home but cannot sell that property without the agreement of the remainder man. You get that concept? So the life tenant cannot sell that property without the agreement of the remainder man. So both parties own this property, but the remainder man cannot possess that particular property while the life tenant is still alive. The life estate or life estate is established with a deed that states that the occupant of the property is allowed to use it for the duration of their lifetime. The deed will also name the person who will receive the property after the death of the life tenant. These are the pros and the cons of life estates. Life estates carry both advantages and disadvantages. The most notable advantage of life estates is that it simplifies the transfer of home from one generation to another generation. If the home is included in the homeowner will, the probate process will delay the transfer. If there is a life estate, the transfer is automatic with the filing of the death certificate of the life tenant. One other potential advantage is that the home is no longer an asset of the estate. That means the life tenant. So the remainder man and the life tenant, the home is not an asset to both of them. That protects it from lawsuits against the estate. In addition to the legal benefits, there are potential tax benefits. So as we are saying, one of the pros is that it simplifies the transfer of a home to the next generation. But however, it makes the owner, that means the life tenant, vulnerable to the debt action brought against the remainder man. Though it is easy for you to transfer the home, but the life tenant is vulnerable to any debt action brought against the remainder man. Another pro is that it protects the home from debtor of the deceased. That means the life tenant, when he's dead, the deed protects the home from the debtor of the deceased. So the con is that can't be undone easily. So once a life tenant pick a remainder man, it is very, very difficult for the life tenant to kind of cancel the arrangement between him and the remainder man. It also allows older homeowners to retain the benefit of their home ownership, while it restricts owners' ability to mortgage or sell that property. So we'll quickly look at what life estate is versus what irrevocable trust is. Like life estate, the irrevocable trust is often a tool for estate planning. As in life estate, the irrevocable trust removes assets from the estate of the grantors, specifically income, transferring them to the trust. The asset may be cash, investment, or life insurance policies. The beneficiary of this trust may be a spouse, the grantors, children, or the charitable organization. Additionally, a life estate is also irrevocable. Once a life estate deed is established, the life tenant cannot alter the agreement, which I suggested in the early part of this video. Unlike life estate, the trust does not provide a benefit such as residence to the grantor. It is mostly cash or liquid assets, as you may have it. An irrevocable trust does not have its issues. However, a trust can reduce a person's wealth on paper while transferring the wealth to the family member. It also removes some of the person's assets from an estate, eliminating them from the probate process. A trust can be a useful strategy for professional who is vulnerable to lawsuits, such as the physician, because it protects some of their assets by transferring them to the family member under a trust. A perfect example of a life estate is this. A life estate agreement is usually undertaken as an aspect of estate planning. An older couple might consider a life estate arrangement as an alternative to naming a beneficiary in their will. A life estate agreement gives them the right to stay in their home for the rest of their lives. When they are both deceased, an adult or the children will automatically take the title of the property. A widowed homeowner who can no longer live alone might create a life estate agreement with an adult child as a remainder man. The parent and the child, now called owners of the home, both have the assurance that the ownership of the home will be passed to the child without delay or interruption. In conclusion, creating a life estate is a reasonable way for homeowners to make certain that their home will wind up in the possession of the person they want the home to be inherited by, with a minimal amount of legal fees or delay. However, life estate should only be established with the full understanding that it cannot be undone easily. Thank you for watching our series on wealth creation.